Angel signs. Angels are around us all the time, but most people cannot see them. For this reason they leave signs for us to assure us of their presence. Birds, butterflies, and feathers are some of the commonest signals they give us. Little white feathers are becoming well recognized as messages from the angels. I have heard many stories of people asking for a sign from the angels or for help from their guardian angels, and being left a white feather in a totally inaccessible place. Bill told me that he really wanted the job for which he had an interview, but there were many applicants. He asked the angels to give him a sign that he was right for the job, and when he got back into his car, there was a little white feather sitting on the driving seat. He knew instantly that he would be offered the post, and he was. Lila is one of the angel teachers of the Diana Cooper School. She told me the terribly sad story of her oldest daughter whose first baby was stillborn. The entire family had so much wanted this baby and they were all devastated at the loss. Lila tried to support her daughter, but she herself was heartbroken. A few days after the death of the child, she went to a bookshop to collect a book she had ordered. She was still grieving and asked the angels for a sign to help her. While the book was being fetched, she saw one about angels and picked it up. On the first page were written the words, "To Lila. We love you. The angels are with you." What a sign! It helped her enormously. Jackie's husband died after many happy years of marriage and she was naturally devastated. She hardly knew what to do with herself. To try to recover, she went to Loch Derg, a place of pilgrimage in Donegal, Ireland. Here she fasted for 3 days, and during this time she kept seeing little white feathers. She was sure they must mean something, and in her heart she felt they were a message from her husband. She told the prior and he lent her a CD to listen to. It transpired to be a little light on angels in which I talk about white feathers. Jackie told me that when she heard this, she knew she wasn't going mad and she danced for joy. That was when she decided to train to be an angel teacher. Jackie also told me another story. She was already a widow when an elderly neighbor died, leaving her husband, Michael, a widower. He and Jackie often talked about death. One day she called on him and found him reading A Little Light on Angels, which he said was very interesting, but he wanted a sign to give him confirmation. His daughter arrived with a newspaper folded so that only 2 eyes were showing. Jackie said to me, "He looked at it and knew it was you, Diana." Then he realized that was the acknowledgement he was seeking. One day Michael said to Jackie, "I'll go first, Jackie, and I'll send you a sign." A year later Michael died suddenly, and after she had been to his house, Jackie went home and lay on the sofa in front of the TV and cried. She told him she wanted that sign from him that he had promised. She needed cheering up, so she put on a Rosemary Connolly video. In the background was playing, "You and I Have a Guardian Angel on High." She went into the kitchen and put on the radio. It was playing, "You and I Have a Guardian Angel on High." That afternoon she walked down the beach and saw her sister in a coffee shop. She told her the story, but her sister said that there was probably a very good explanation for the coincidence. However, her sister's friend loved angels and she was convinced that it was a message from Michael. As if to confirm this, when Jackie got home the song was playing on the radio again. The following day there was a free CD in the paper with, guess what, the same song again. I think Michael got his message through. It was the anniversary of Joan's husband's death and she felt very emotional. She took her beloved husband's picture off the piano and said to him, "Where are you, Sid?" As she said that, a little white feather fell from nowhere and she absolutely knew he was all right. Coincidence and synchronicity. Coincidences and synchronicities are other less tangible signs that the angels are working with you. We live in an ordered universe where nothing happens by chance. All those lucky meetings or opportune happenings are orchestrated by our guides and angels. They work very hard to make sure we bump into the right person or read that particular paragraph or hear that story on the radio at the exact moment we need to. As I was writing this, I looked back through some old emails and laughed when I came across this one from Inga. She wrote, I have never sent a letter to an author before but felt I had to tell you how much I enjoyed your book A Little Light on the Spiritual Laws and tell you about a crazy coincidence/synchronicity in my life that is connected in a small way to your book. Remember at the end of chapter 3, The Law of Request, how you mention your daughter driving a car while feeling exhausted? She needed help re-energizing and saw a vehicle with AUM in the number plate which made her feel better. Well, I remember reading this and thinking that it was a poor example of the law of request and that you could read almost anything into any number plate and how seeing something like that is hardly a message from the universe. Yes, I was being a wee bit judgmental, something I am working on. Well anyway, today I was driving along pondering my own question, when would you believe it, a car drove in front of me with the number plate AUM. I was stunned and I had to laugh because of the connection to your book and my judgmental reaction to it. As I was chuckling to myself, another car passed in front of me with the word joy on its number plate. Now, I don't know, but I felt that the universe was having a bit of fun with me. In any case, it brightened my day and prompted me to email you.